Water start. Bungee rope popped out, 2 barbs snapped off the back of a hand spear, hot mulling.
What's up, legend? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tommy Z from New South Wales, and I've created this channel to share my evolving freediving and spearfishing journey as an absolute noob. It's awesome that there's a lot of content out there of all the cool stuff, but I'm here to share my evolving journey as I get into this sport myself, and hopefully it inspires some of you out there as well. As I'm sure you know, interacting with the content will help me grow, so if you enjoy it or want to see more, chuck a like, comment and subscribe to my channel or follow me on all other social media platforms. This solo outing was an absolute disaster at the beginning, and then I ended up catching an alien chicken fish. Let's get into it.
Water start. Bungee rope popped out, 2 barbs snapped off the back of a hand spear, hot mulling.
So before this, I jumped in the water with my brand new second-hand Rabitech 1.2 meter gun, and I'd recently got new bands made up at a spearfishing shop. Now, the first bridle on one of the rubbers had snapped a couple days before on the first outing, but this was also due to the semi-rusty spear that was on this gun, which just absolutely ate away at the bridle. But not to worry, I still had one rubber and I wasn't chasing huge fish. But as I jumped in the water on this day and went to go load the gun, the nut on the end of the rubber actually popped out, so I had no rubbers on this gun. I'd already gotten wet, so I went back to the car and grabbed the hand spear, which was already down to 4 prongs. I jumped in the water and then it was down to 2 prongs. These hand spear tips, just the way that they are crafted, they're pretty much disposable in a sense that when you hit a rock with them, a lot of the time they do just fracture. So me and my sturdy 2-prong spear headed out, and I thought I'd have a go at this whiting. Now my aim was actually on par. You can see here the whiting just absolutely juked where the spear was going. And I still absolutely love taking out the hand spear from time to time because it's just so much fun, so basic and so quick to reload. So I found some more whiting, went for another dart, and this one was not as good of an aim. Now, whiting are some of the slimmest fish out there, making them quite a difficult target, and I must say I have not got one yet, but I'm sure we will very soon. The legal minimum size for sand whiting in New South Wales is 27 centimeters. Now, looking at this footage, you wouldn't think that these fish are that big, but they are actually plenty big enough and legal. Here we have a nice big school of mullet going past, and these fish are not worth eating. Trust me, they are only good for bait. I'd gotten one on one of my recent outings and I didn't need any more bait, but especially their guts are really good for catching flathead and brim. Now coming up, we have a monster flatty, and I want to show you guys just how easy it can be to actually miss these fish. So I'm swimming along and you can see just on the left of this weed right here, I can just see his head. Now, I don't want to take any more flathead that are over 60 centimeters, even though the legal size is up to 70 centimeters. So I was really sussing this guy out. He did look rather large, but I couldn't see the rest of his body, so I aimed at him just in case, and then I was like, nah, he looks way too big. So what I ended up doing is I swam around behind him just to get a better look and held that aim in the case he was smaller than I anticipated, but he was not. Because I knew I wasn't going to take him, I just wanted to measure his size for my own curiosity. So here I put my hand spear up next to him, and just so I had a point of reference to look at later on once I got home, so I could figure out how big was this guy. So I put my hand spear next to him, and going off my reference when I measured the spear at home, I would estimate that this flatty would have been close to the 80 centimeter mark. And you can see I held the spear right next to him for a little while before he calmly swam off and then just absolutely darted. Coming up now is the first alien chicken fish that I have gotten. Now, it is so hard to see this guy blending in, especially in the footage. Right, you won't even know where I'm aiming until you see me actually get the fish, but it was a leather jacket. Now these fish, I have never gotten one before. I've seen quite a few of them, but never chosen to take one, and they just look so peculiar. They have a horn, they've got some gnarly ass teeth, they've got some weird spikes around their ass cheeks. They are just a peculiar fish. So the reason I call them alien chicken fish is because they just seem so alien-like, and this is like one of the least fishiest tasting fish I have ever eaten. I ate it back at home and there was literally no fishy taste to it at all.
Hey, when you see this female like that, a lot of the time their nails stick to handle. I want to kick that so bad.
I seen him before, I let him go.
Too big, eh?
Maybe too big, but also just a breeder regardless.
Yeah.
It could have been too big, but he was just sitting there.
Now obviously once I went back home and measured my spear from tip to the middle of the spear, I'd referenced, like I said, that flatty would have been well oversized, near the 80 centimeter mark. Now I recently upgraded my float line and I absolutely love it. I get way less tangled in it, and I've been loving the speed spike on the end as well, but it was quite a challenge to get this speed spike through such a small fish's mouth. The leather jackets have a really small mouth on them, but eventually we got it and we're on our merry way. Now another amazing thing about spearfishing is the opportunity to get rid of crap that has ended up in the ocean, whether it's squid jigs, fishing jigs, or any of the other random stuff, and this was by far the most peculiar thing that I'd found to date. It was half of a pair of scissors. Now I don't know whether that classifies as just a scissor, but obviously I chucked it on my belt and went on my merry way. By now I'd been up and down the coast for about an hour and hadn't found much excitement, wasn't anything exciting to really put into this video until I seen this 50 centimeter brim. So I went for it and oh my god, watch him just dodge my spear. Anyway, that brought my disaster of a beginning of an outing to an end and I headed back in. We did go home with one alien chicken fish and seeing a monster flatty. Other than that, wow, what a day. Remember, I'm here to show you the real stuff, not just all of the highlights, all of the stuff that does go wrong, my lessons, my learnings, and my mistakes along the way. If you enjoyed the content, please do some kind of interaction with the video, subscribe for heaps more content to come, and go and follow me on other social media platforms as well. I post a whole lot more short form content on those platforms with a whole lot more of my daily kind of stuff as well, including getting out diving multiple times a week. Obviously making these videos takes a lot of time, so these will not be out as frequently, but stay posted and I've got heaps more content on the other platforms. The links to the rest of my social media will be in the description. Thanks for watching, hopefully you learnt a thing or two, and let's get deep.